Good morning, my dear students. I hope all of you are safe. Okay. So this week, once again, we are going to start about the quantum mechanical model of an atom. So in the last week, we discussed about three models: Thomson model, Rutherford model, and Bohr model. Thomson model proposed that atom is a positive sphere in which electrons are embedded. Rutherford ruled it out by alpha scattering experiment, and he suggested that atom has got a tiny positive center called nucleus. Around that, electrons are moving, emitting radiation. So that was altered by Niels Bohr. The electron's energy is quantized. Every electron revolves around a stationary orbit with fixed energy, and the angular momentum of the electron must be multiple of h by 2 pi. An electron can jump from higher energy level to lower energy level, and the difference in energy level will go out in the form of radiation. But Bohr model is successful only for the one electron system like hydrogen, helium ion, and lithium 2+ ion. It's not able to explain the splitting of spectral lines by electric field and magnetic field, and it's not also explaining why the angular momentum of the electron should be multiple of h by 2 pi, right? Therefore, to answer all these questions, another scientist by name de Broglie came. So de Broglie is a very important scientist who suggested that particles or matter has got two characters. One is particle character, the other one is wave character, right? So if you throw this chalk, this is a matter that will produce the waves around it. That's called matter waves. So like that, every particle, whether it is proton, electron, neutron, and whatever may be the particle, it will have dual nature. So what is dual nature? So dual nature or dual character is the character of possessing both particle nature and wave nature. So electron is also expected to have particle nature as well as wave nature. Because of that, the position of finding electron in an atom becomes slightly difficult, right? So according to de Broglie, the electron present in an atom has got dual nature. It has got particle nature, it has got wave nature. We should know something about this wave. What is a wave? Wave is a disturbance, right? Wave is a disturbance that is made in the medium. For example, if you take your water in a pond, it is stable. When you strike a stone, the particle starts jumping, right? Then again it decreases, again it increases, again it decreases, then again in the opposite direction it increases, and it goes like this. This is how the particles in the medium move. If you connect all these altitudes, you get the waves. We call this as wave. This is how wave is produced in a medium. So it's only when you say wave, it's a disturbance in the medium. The distance between two trough or two crust is being called as lambda, wavelength. And number of crusts crossing a particular point in 1 second is called frequency. If you multiply these two, you will get the velocity of the wave. Velocity of the wave is c is equal to nu into lambda. So these are all the physics aspect. That are physics ரொம்ப detail right? So you should know how a wave is formed. What are the three measurements of the wave? One is wavelength, the other one is frequency, the other one is velocity, right? These waves has got two properties. One is interference. The other one is called diffraction. Daily we see this, right? What is interference? Interference is when one wave is moving, the other wave can come in the opposite direction and superpose. ஒரு wave மேல இன்னொரு wave படிக்கிறது தான் என்னன்னு சொல்றாங்க, interference ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஒரு wave போற direction இன்னொரு wave குறுக்கு வருது. That's called interference. அப்படி ரெண்டு வேவ் சூப்பர் போஸ் ஆகும்போது crust can meet crust. This is crust, this is trough. மேடு இருக்குது, பள்ளம் இருக்குது. crust மீட் பண்ணாலோ trough மீட் பண்ணாலோ it will reinforce. If a crust is meeting trough and trough is meeting crust, it will destroy. Right? இப்போ லைட் வேவ் ஆச்சுன்னா இது பிரைட் ஆகும், இதே என்ன ஆகிடும், டார்க் ஆகிடும். ஸோ இன்டர்ஃபரன்ஸில் லைட் வேவ்ஸ் பிரைட் ஆகிறதுக்கும் சான்ஸ் ஆகுது, டார்க் ஆகிறதுக்கும் சான்ஸ் ஆகுது. வாட் இஸ் டைஃப்ராக்ஷன்? டைஃப்ராக்ஷன் இஸ் பெண்டிங் ஆஃப் வேவ்ஸ். இப்போ போயிட்டு வெளியே நீ சன்லைட்டில் நின்னா என்ன உங்களுக்கு இருக்கு? When the light waves are falling on you, it bends around you and forms the shadow. இல்லையா? நேர் விழுது உடனே. That property is called diffraction. Diffraction is nothing but bending of waves. So you should know what is a wave, you should know what is frequency, you should know what is wavelength, you should know what is velocity, you should know what is interference, you should know what is diffraction also. Therefore, now our topic is atomic structure. We know that protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus. Now we are studying about the placement of electrons around the nucleus. Now it has been suggested that by Broglie, electron is having what nature? Wave nature. When there is wave nature, definitely it must have what? Wavelength. How to get the expression for the wavelength? How to measure the wavelength of de Broglie waves? Right? That's the next topic that we are taking up. Right? Expression form. De Broglie waves. De Broglie wavelength. So wavelength is lambda. Right? So all matter can exist in particle form and wave form. So according to Planck's quantum theory or hypothesis, the energy of wave is given as E is equal to h nu. Right? H is called Planck's constant and nu is called frequency of the wave. Right? According to Einstein theory, the energy of particle is given as E is equal to mc square. This is equation 2. M is the mass of particle, C is the velocity of the particle. Right? So we got two energy equations, one in the form of wave, the other one in the form of particle. Wave form இருந்துச்சுனா இது எனர்ஜியா இருக்கும், பார்ட்டிகல் ஃபார்மா இருந்துச்சுனா இது எனர்ஜியா இருக்கும். அப்ப ரெண்டு எனர்ஜி எப்படி தான் இருக்கணும்? ஈக்குவலாக இருக்கணும். Therefore equate 1 and 2. Equate 1 and 2. And this equation becomes mc square is equal to h nu. So ரெண்டுத்துலயும் right hand side factor மட்டும் எடுத்து ஈக்குவேட் பண்றோம். mc square is equal to h nu. But this is equation 3. But we know that C is equal to nu lambda. Therefore, nu is equal to C by lambda. This is equation 4. அப்ப nu க்கு வேல்யூ கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம். இதை எடுத்து இங்க சப்ஸ்டிட்யூட் பண்ணணும். Substitute 4 in 3. And it becomes mc square is equal to h into C by lambda. So what is getting cancelled? C gets cancelled. Therefore this becomes mc is equal to h by lambda, or lambda is equal to h by mc. Right? Mostly C is the velocity, which is expressed in terms of V only. Therefore, lambda can also be given as h by mv. So this is called the expression for de Broglie wavelength. The 5 mark question now 3 mark question now derive the de Broglie wavelength equation, right? அப்ப wave னுடைய எனர்ஜி எடுக்கிறோம், particle னுடைய எனர்ஜி எடுக்கிறோம், ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணி lambda கான ஈக்குவேஷன் போடுறோம். Lambda is equal to h divided by m into v. This is mass into velocity, which is called momentum. So this is called de Broglie wavelength. This de Broglie wavelength is good only for microscopic particles. It is not measurable for bigger particles. இப்போ ஒரு அயன் பாலோ ஒரு பெரிய ஆர்டிகிளோ எடுத்து அதில் வர்ற வேவுக்கு நீ de Broglie wavelength கண்டுபிடிச்சா அதை மெஷர் பண்ண முடியாது, because it is very very small, right? Right? So for example, we find out the iron ball is producing waves. For that we are finding out the wavelength. The iron ball is having a mass and it is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second, and its mass is 6.626 kilogram, right? So that's a mass. Now how to calculate lambda? Lambda is equal to 6.h divided by mv. H is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 kilogram meter square per second, and mass is 6.626 divided into 10. So mass is this and velocity is this. Already they substitute control. This gets cancelled and it becomes 1 into 10 power minus 35 meter. This is very small, which cannot be measured. அப்ப இந்த ரன்ல சைஸ்ல ரொம்ப சின்னதா இருக்கனால இது மெஷர் பண்ண முடியாது. அப்ப de Broglie wavelength is ruled out for bigger particles like an iron ball, tennis ball, like that. Suppose we do it for electron. De Broglie wavelength for electron. The mass of electron is 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 kilogram, and the velocity of electron is taken as 72.73 meter per second. So this is velocity. Now how to calculate lambda value? Lambda is equal to h by mv. What is h? H is Planck constant. Planck constant எல்லா புக்லயுமே இருக்கும். டாப் டேபிள் எடுத்து பார்த்தோம்னா கடைசி பேஜ்ல கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. Right? It is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34. Mass is 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 and into 72.73. Right? If we multiply these two, it will also come to 662.6 into 10 power minus 31. So 9 into 7 63 வரும். If you approximately multiply these two numbers, you will get this number. Therefore, it will go like this, right? So this will become this will go 100 times, and if you simplify that, that will become 10 power minus 3, and this will become 100. That is 10 power minus 3 divided by 10 square, which will come into 1 into 10 power minus 5 meter, and this is measurable. இது பார்த்தோம்னா இதை மெஷர் பண்ண முடியும் இந்த வேவ் லென்த், ஏன்னா it is bigger in size. இங்க -35 போது ரொம்ப சின்னது, இது comparatively பெருசு. அதனால de Broglie wavelength is good only for microscopic particles. It is not for bigger particles. That also we have to understand. So using this de Broglie concept only, the correct model of atom is being later on developed, and the further study we will learn in the next class. Okay, take care. God bless you.